You know, tonight that's what we got to do, Brother Jonathan. We got to hold on just a little bit longer. You know, sometimes we get ahead and try to move too fast. But you know, if we just sit back and just wait on Jesus, Brother Callahan, He'll be right there. You know, not one time in my life has He never not always been on time. I might not always been on time, but Jesus has always been there. Not one time in my lifetime, Brother Jonathan, has He ever failed me. He's always right there. You know, it seems like today that everybody you run into at Walmart or anywhere you go, the people that you talk to today, everybody seems to be struggling. Why is that? Because you know what? A lot of times it's because people has been disobedient. They're not doing what the Father wants them to do. You know what? It's not about me or you anymore. It's about what we can do for Him. It's time as the Christian people we begin to step out and begin to do the things that God wants us to do. We wait too long. We step back and we wait and we play around. But I tell you tonight, it's time we get down to business with the Lord. You know, we'll run into people and they say, well, now I'm struggling, I'm having such a hard time. It seems like everybody's having a hard time right now. There's not nothing that we can do about it except begin to fall down on our knees and begin to cry out to God that He'll have mercy on me or you tonight. And it seems like today, Brother Jonathan, we're living in a time today where everybody you run into has got an excuse. I want to read you a few scriptures tonight. I'll be right back. Just hold it right there. Hey, man. Yeah, go ahead. Let's do more. Praise God. Obey the Lord. You know, I've run into a lot of people, seem like here in the last month or two, and all I hear is an excuse. Well, I can't do this or I can't do that. Well, you know what? There was some people in the Bible. In Luke chapter 14 and verse 16, this is what it said. It says, then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that the bride came and all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuses. The first said unto him, I have bought a piece of ground. I must need to go to see. I pray thee have me excused. And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray ye have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. And another said, so the servant came and showed his Lord these things. And then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servants, go out quickly into the streets and the lanes and the cities, and begin to enter the poor and the maimed and the halt and the blind. And the servant said, Lord, it is done. Thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. You know, it seems like today there's a lot of room left out there. There's a lot of room. You go to any church tonight or tomorrow that you want to go to, and the house is not full no more. Why is that today? Because everybody is making excuses not to go to God's house. I tell you tonight, we better quit making excuses. We better begin to start doing the things that God wants us to do. When God tells us that we need to get up and go, and which I know He will, He'll tell us to go to the house of the Lord. But it seems like I don't care where you go, you run into people and you invite them to church. I can't come this Sunday, or I can't come this Wednesday, or Thursday or Friday or whenever it is you have service. It seems like everybody's got an excuse not to come to the Lord's house. But I tell you what, when we stand before Him, we're not going to have no excuse. We ain't going to say, Lord, excuse me, I ain't had time to come. But when we stand before Him, we ain't going to be able to give no excuses. But you run into people and they say, Well, I can't go over there. I don't like so-and-so. Or I just don't like the way they do things over there. They sing too much. They preach too long. You go over there, you'll starve to death before you get out. To be able to go get you something to eat. It seems like everybody's worried about the clock instead of worrying about what God has intended for us to do. You know what? It's time us as the Christian people, we begin to stand up and stand up for what is right. I'm talking about Jesus Christ tonight. He said if we would begin to pray that He would heal our lands. Honey, it's going to take you and I, the Christian people, of all the surroundings around here, all the churches are coming together and humble ourselves down under the mighty Jesus and begin to pray, and He will come and take care of us tonight. But you go and you see people, well, I ain't got the right clothes, I can't go to church. I ain't got a necktie and a suit, I can't go to church. Nowhere in that book that tell me that I got to have a necktie and a suit to go to church. The Bible says, come as you are.